10 years ago, some 6,000 people were killed when an earthquake hit western Japan, destroying much of the city of Kobe. One young survivor of that quake is now helping young earthquake victims in Pakistan. Atika Schubert has his story.
Masaki Nishiyama is hitting the streets, collecting donations to help orphans in Pakistan. But the South Asia earthquake is not some faraway disaster for Masaki. This 18-year-old high school student knows exactly what an orphan needs from personal experience. Masaki was 8 years old and fast asleep when the 7.2 magnitude Kobe earthquake struck, destroying huge swaths of his hometown, killing thousands. Masaki's home collapsed around him, crushing his parents in their sleep. Masaki was saved and placed into a boarding school where he now attends classes like any other teenager. But the emotional hole in his life didn't start to heal until he was able to connect with others like him through Japan's Ashinaga network for orphans. Before then, I didn't have a place to talk about how I felt, he says. I felt so much better when I could pour out all the pain I was feeling. I felt much lighter. I want the children of Pakistan to experience the same thing. Japan is one of the most earthquake-prone regions of the world, and it prides itself on disaster preparedness. But as Masaki points out, even though material needs may be met immediately after a disaster, the emotional needs, particularly for orphans, should not be ignored. Through the Ashinaga Foundation, Masaki has traveled to Aceh, Indonesia, to meet with orphans from the tsunami. Their shared experiences of loss transcend cultural and religious differences, he says. Everywhere he goes, he carries this message for other orphans. Do not think you are alone, he says. You might think that you are the only one who can understand this pain and nobody else. It may even be true, but you should not close yourself off into a shell thinking no one understands you. There are many others who share the same suffering. After a day on the streets, Masaki and his friends have collected more than $1,600. They'll need much more for their goal of bringing Pakistan's orphans to Japan for summer camp, but it's a goal Masaki is determined to achieve. Atika Schubert, CNN, Tokyo.